Well, Tanya, thank you for taking the time to chat about CNU Stretch and your business. So, can you share with me a little bit about, your gym, where you're located, who you serve, what differentiates you?
I'm located in Richmond, Kentucky. It's a small personal training studio. We service one-on-one training, semi-private, which is up to 4 people, and then we do a lot of couples. What makes us special and unique is we really dial into the mental side of training and what it brings to people's lives. So we don't just approach it from, hey, this is about fitness. We take a whole holistic approach to the whole mind and body. So that's what separates us from other places.
Awesome, thank you. And what are some of the goals you had as a business owner before CNU Stretch?
Some of the goals,
Hmm.
well, to grow and just to get because in our area, it was mainly the only thing kind of training that was known was one-on-one training. So I took the direction of I want to service more people because we were turning people away. So the growth came because I wanted to service more people. So we started doing semi-private training, and we just wanted to bring more to the community and offer more.
Gotcha. And so, what are some challenges you faced at that time?
People not understanding what it was because in our area, semi-private training or group training, whatever you want to call it, nobody really knew what it was. So they didn't really understand it. So just getting the information out there of what it was.
Gotcha. So, as you look at like solutions, were you looking at other solutions to serve your clients? Can you talk about that? Or,
Yes,
mm,
because I feel like, well, no, I don't feel like we knew that our clients needed more than just the training.
mm,
And we wanted to offer them more than just, hey, come in and work out. We saw that the recovery times were becoming longer. And so we knew that we needed to provide something else to make them feel better.
nice. And so, what was keeping you up at night before? Like, so I guess you kind of just talked about that a little bit, but, before launched with CNU Stretch, what were some things that might have been keeping you up as a business owner?
Keeping me up as a business owner.
Mhm.
That's a good one. A lot of things keep you up as a business owner, especially with what we do.
Any
Um,
challenges around revenue, stickability, recovery? I know you mentioned that a little bit.
well, yeah, I just wanted to offer something different that nobody else was offering.
Mhm,
So I saw that to separate us, honestly, from everybody else, because there's no stretch in our area.
mhm,
And the closest stretch in our area is over 45 minutes away.
mhm,
But I just knew that I needed to bring something new and
mhm.
something different. So that's why I invested in the stretch.
Gotcha. And then, like, what were you offering your clients as far as recovery?
We weren't.
Okay. Yeah, I know
Simple.
some gyms like refer places out and things like
Well,
that.
I mean, we'll refer out, like
Mm,
if somebody's having an issue, we'll refer to massage therapy, chiropractic care. But with that, there's so many, and I don't trust many people, so I don't just freely refer out,
gotcha.
especially to chiropractors. And if I don't know you and I don't know multiple people that have went to you, I will not refer my clients out. I
That's
just won't.
that's good business.
Yeah, go there so they hurt you.
Yeah,
Yeah,
legit,
yeah, yeah,
legit.
yeah.
So, so how did you find out about Senior Stretch?
At the Growth Summit,
Mm,
you were there, yeah,
cool.
and you guys were stretching, so I was like, "Ooh, what's that?"
Did you get stretched?
I did.
Nice.
You actually stretched me.
Oh, nice.
Glad it was memorable.
Love
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
glad you remembered
But
it.
after here, I'll say this, after you stretched me, you really took like we sat separately and you really dove into the benefits of stretch.
Mm,
And that really helped me out more than honestly being stretched.
mm.
That's what helped me decide that I wanted to invest in it, not just the actual stretch.
Gotcha. Not my 5 minute demo stretch.
Yeah. So it was okay. No, I'm just kidding.
It was just okay,
Yeah.
but you understood, like, my clients
Somebody might
can,
like this. Yeah.
somebody else may
Yeah.
really enjoy
Somebody might like it
this.
better than me. No, I'm just kidding.
That's no problem. And so, can you talk about like the onboarding process when you first launched with Senior Stretch? What was that for you? How did you,
On like how did we start
yeah,
implementing it into the studio? Like,
or how we launched with you?
oh, how was the onboarding process
Mhm,
with like this transition?
mhm.
Oh, it was great. I mean, the information, there's so much information that even if you have questions, you have the tools and the whatever it's called. The toolbox.
In its owner's toolbox,
Yeah,
yeah.
since I said tools, right? But but there's so much information in there. And even to continue to learn new stretches, you have so much access. But the onboarding was great. I think your follow-up is amazing because you checked in with me constantly and we would get on calls and you would answer any questions. So that actually really helps a lot.
Cool. How was your trainer's response when you mentioned that you're going to bring in stretch therapy?
Oh, they were excited. No pushback at all.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
And then, so you kind of mentioned that. Let's talk about the results or some highlights. What are some tangible results you saw? Let's do like maybe in the first 45 days, so you launched, we did about, I think it was like 2 to 3 weeks, actually yours was like a couple of months because you launched in what, September? When was the growth?
November.
November you started.
Of 24.
Yeah. And then we came out in November. We did the 2-day cert, and let's talk about stretching your clients. What were your initial thoughts before we actually did it? And then after we actually did it?
About stretching our clients?
Yeah.
I think we were nervous and excited at the same time because we didn't know how they would respond. But then we liked stretching them because we were comfortable with them versus just stretching strangers. But then we were excited to see what their feedback was on it because that really helps us out, obviously.
Yeah.
Yeah. Great.
I love that in the beginning you were like, I don't know how we're going to be able to get this done in 2 days and be able to
Well,
stretch
it is
them.
a lot in 2 days. I mean, it is a lot of content in 2 days. Yeah.
Yeah, we just can't shut our gyms down for like 4 days.
Yeah.
to get the content,
Yeah.
And we got some great testimonials out of it. And then, so let's do like 35 days or so, maybe the first month and a half out after launching the program. Because I think I told you initially, hey, spend, the next 30 days booking consultations. And then we jumped on a call like 2 weeks later. I don't know if you remember that. And you had already launched it.
I had already launched it.
Yeah,
Yes.
you already launched.
I was going to wait and I didn't.
No.
Yeah, nobody liked that in the studio, but the staff did not. I was like, hey, we're going to wait. Oh, by the way, we're going to go ahead and start it next week.
Yeah.
But
And then
yeah,
what were some tangible results of launching it in the first 45 days? Like, what were some results that you got?
well, everybody responded because I think it helped that we launched it as quick as we did because we were excited about it. I think if we would have waited too long, that's one of the reasons I decided to pull the trigger was because I feel like the longer you wait, plus we needed to start stretching people. We needed to start building those skills. So I think that was a massive benefit for the trainers and the stretch therapists. I mean, so to get them I think that if you wait too long, they overthink it, and then they start getting in their heads, and they're like, "Oh, I don't know if I can do this." So we just dove in. The results, the clientele responded because we were excited about it, and then they started talking about their results, and then more people wanted to do it.
Do you remember your revenue in that first month and a half?
The first month, no, I don't honestly, but it picked up pretty quick. I mean, I think already by January we were. Oh gosh, I don't even honestly, around 2000, maybe. That's a really big guess.
Yeah. So I remember the first call we jumped
He
on.
remembers.
You said what?
You remember, yeah.
Yeah. Didn't remember the stretch, but I remember the numbers. You were like, we already have $4,500 collected.
Okay. Yeah, that was before January.
Yes.
Yeah, that was probably within the first 6 weeks. Yeah, that's more accurate.
So, and you did a couple packages and some reoccurring revenue from there. And then after that, you started to build the reoccurring revenue from that.
And we have a couple drop-ins, but it's mostly recurring.
Nice.
Yeah.
So are any of your recurring, so now it's May, so 6 months, any of those still from that early time?
Yes.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
And then we talked a little about yesterday, you have several clients that are only stretch therapy clients.
Yes.
So what percentage of those stretch therapy clients are only stretch, not even training?
I'd say about 20%.
About 20% stretch only.
Yeah.
Which is really cool.
And they have never trained with us. Never. They just saw the ads and wanted to try it out.
Nice.
And they've been with us for quite a few months.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's cool to attract a different. Now, do they fit the same archetype as your training clients?
It's very diverse.
Okay.
That is another reason I brought Stretch in, though, which I didn't talk about that, but that's one of the reasons I brought it in was to draw in just a different kind of client.
How are they different?
None of them work out. That's how they're different. I mean, it's simple. Yeah, they don't, and we work out in the studio, so that's how they're different.
That's so funny.
But it's interesting because they'll reach out because that's their way of feeling healthy.
Hmm.
They're okay with that.
Hmm.
They're like, oh, I need to get healthy. I want to stretch. Okay.
Yeah, it's a very different mindset.
It is very different.
Yours
It's
is like,
interesting. Yeah.
yeah, we literally have a testimony recently with a client who's decreased their A1C, and the only thing they did was stretch. Like it doesn't make sense to us,
Yeah.
but they're finally moving.
I think that's probably, yeah, that's what it is. They're moving their bodies now, or you're moving them.
Legit.
They're
We're
not
moving.
even moving it. Oh.
It's so awesome. So, what would you tell someone who's maybe on the fence of, launching their stretch program or launching with CNU Stretch?
Mm, I would say definitely obviously look into it and
Hmm.
see if it fits your model and
Hmm.
your culture. I mean, I do think it's something you have to bake into your culture. I think it takes a little bit of time, but I do think it's a big benefit to your clients just to give them a different kind of healing outside of working out. So I would definitely look into it.
Nice. And then, how has like the journey helped you as far as a gym owner? Like, be a better owner or, expand the way you look at your business?
Mm. Well, I mean, it's definitely made me look outside of training, obviously. It made me look deeper into healing the body,
Hmm.
I would say, outside of just working out. Because like I said, I knew that we needed something. And so it opened my mind to, hey, you don't have to just train. You can offer something else to help your clients feel better. So it's helped me. It's opened my mind a lot in that aspect.
Nice. The last question, what percent of your current revenue is coming from Stretch Now?
Mm. You asked me that the other day, yesterday, actually. That would have been a good one to
The text you?
say. Yeah, I could have told you. So the percentage, I don't know. I mean, I hate to not tell you the truth and
Hmm.
make up a number, but mm, maybe 15,
That's pretty cool.
maybe 15%, 10, 15.
Yeah, that's good to be able to add another service and
Well, and we've
add
only been doing it
6 months.
really 6 months, maybe
Hmm.
like 6.5 months.
Hmm.
So we still get a lot of questions on it. I
Hmm.
do think it's because it is new, it's a slow grow.
Hmm.
I do believe that. I think it's just a slower grow. And I think that it will definitely continue to grow. But I think it's patience. And yeah.
I love your mindset because you're like, it's a slow grow, but for someone who's watching or listening to this, she generates over $3,000 a month in stretch revenue. And honestly, in my years owning a gym, I haven't brought too many things in that in 6 months I have $3,000 of reoccurring revenue
Hmm.
in it. Because even when I, with nutrition, they'll do like a 6 weeks or, a couple,
If you're lucky. Yeah.
you
Yeah. If you're lucky, they might.
yeah.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
then, so there's not a lot of offerings that we can offer that can give you, you figure 6 months at $3,000 or more, an extra 18 to $20,000 of revenue,
Hmm.
to your business.
Well, that's a good point because I've tried multiple other things to
Okay.
generate recurring and I haven't.
Nice.
Even supplements.
Hmm.
Not that, I mean, nothing like this. No, that's a good point.
Hmm.
Because I've tried, I mean, I've been in business 5 years now,
Hmm.
and I've not had anything else generate outside of training. Yeah, it's a
Nice.
good point.
So last thing, I think I said the other one was the last one, but really the last one.
How
What's
many more
next?
last ones
This
we
is the
gonna hear?
last one. This is my Baptist preacher moment. So the last one for real. What's next for you at your business?
In general or
Hmm.
related to stretch?
In general,
Oh, in
you could tie
general.
it to stretch too if that's a
Okay.
part of what's next.
So I'm looking to expand
Hmm.
the studio. I need more space. Honestly, I need it for multiple reasons,
Hmm.
but to add a stretch room would be great.
Hmm.
That's my next big move is relocating and just continuing to grow and impact my community. The more, the better.
Nice. So you are stretching on the gym floor,
We are
which is cool, and your space is
1,600 square feet.
1,600 square
Hmm.
feet. So you literally train and stretch on the floor
All at the same time.
at the same time
Hmm.
in 1,600 square feet and
Hmm.
generating over $3,000 a
Yes.
month.
And it helps that it's on the gym floor because when we're training, like we'll be training and they'll be like doing some curls and they're like, what's going on over there? Yeah.
It's good
So then
marketing.
it gives us an opportunity to talk about it. And we're like, hey, you should set up a consultation. And yeah,
Nice. Awesome. Thank you so much. I appreciate your
thank
time
you.
and sharing your story.